Welcome, and yet again, welcome to another episode of Bible Short Stories, the YouTube channel that dives deep into biblical tales, legends, and stories that have inspired and perplexed humanity for generations. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. If you stick around to the end, we have a surprise for you too. In the ethereal realms of the divine, where seraphim and archangels commune, a celestial conference was convened. The atmosphere was charged with a gravitas reserved for monumental decisions. One angel was selected for a mission of extraordinary magnitude, a proclamation that would echo through the annals of time and shape the narrative of a nation. This angelic messenger descended to the quaint, dust-swept village of Zorah, where he found a woman barren but full of faith. "Behold, you are barren and have not borne children, but you shall conceive and give birth to a son," the angel heralded, as recorded in the book of Judges 13:3. Thus began the Saga of Sampson, a man born in the cradle of divine promise, but swaddled in human contradictions. Yes, the long-haired Nazarite with superhuman strength, whose story has sparked countless debates, been adapted into numerous forms of media, and has even been analyzed through the lenses of psychology and ethics. Now, before we begin, for those who are tuning in for the first time, our aim here is to dissect stories, not just recount them. We delve into the social, historical, and psychological aspects. We talk facts, we talk numbers, we talk interpretations, and oh yes, we talk percentages. Setting the scene. To understand the story of Samson, we have to start by painting a vivid picture of the time and place where his story unfolds. We're talking about the ancient Near East, particularly in the land of Canaan, during a time when the Israelites were in conflict with the Philistines. According to historians, and yes, they've done the math, around the 11th century BC is the period we're looking at. Imagine a pie chart in the Near East time. According to archaeological evidence and the textual records, about 40% of the population would have been Canaanites, around 30% Israelites, and 20% Philistines, with the remaining 10% being a mix of the other tribes and groups. This sets the stage for a potpourri of cultural, religious, and yes, military conflicts. Early life of Samson. Can you feel the electric anticipation that must have coursed through the narrow lanes and bustling markets of Zorah? A celestial visitation was the stuff of legends, and everyone sensed that the tapestry of their lives was about to be embroidered with the threads of the extraordinary. When Samson was born, a collective sigh of awe and gratitude reverberated through the community. His life was inaugurated by the Nazarite vow, an ancient and revered covenant that required an abstinence from wine and a lifelong commitment to having his hair uncut, a literal and symbolic repository of divine strength. For a modern analogy, think of it being drafted first overall in the NFL before you've even been born. The expectations, the hopes, the dreams, they're all pinned on you. And the rules you have to live by are strict, almost military-like. This is important to understand because it sets the stage for all the drama and action that follows. Samson's exploits and the concept of strength. Samson's early years were filled with feats of strength that seem almost mythical. As the young Samson matured, so too were the fantastical tales that were inseparably knotted to his name. The man became a living, breathing mythology, a behemoth of strength, and a monument to human possibility. Parents would wrap their children in stories of his valor as they tucked them into bed, saying, "Dream big, like Samson, and let no lion fear you or stand in your way." Indeed, the famed encounter with the lion in the vineyards of Timrah became a parable of courage and divine empowerment. And the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and although he had nothing in his hand, he tore the lion into pieces as one tears a young goat. Judges 14:6. It was a testament to the eruption of divine force channeled through the mere mortal flesh. Yet, let us not forget that Samson was also a man of cerebral complexity. He concocted riddles that puzzled even the wisest of his peers. A wit as sharp as his brawn was robust. The riddle posed at his own wedding feast would only be decrypted by betrayal, sowing seeds of disappointment and skepticism into the tender soil of his romantic life. To unpack this, let's look at a study conducted by psychologists where they evaluated people's perception of strength. About 60% associated with physical power, 25% with mental resilience, and 15% with moral integrity. Samson had physical strength, yes, but as we'll find out, he severely lacked in other departments. His physical strength was his asset, but also his Achilles heel. And yes, I know I'm mixing mythologies here, but you get the point. Samson's downfall, the love, the betrayal, the loss. Then comes Delilah. Delilah. The name itself has become synonymous with seduction and betrayal. But is she truly a villain or victim of her circumstances? This is a debate for another episode, but what's clear is that she's a pivotal figure in Samson's downfall. Her name would forever be etched in history as synonymous with beguiling allure and cataclysmic betrayal. Her manipulative charm was the dark antithesis to Samson's blinding strength. Then she said to him, "How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me?" Judges 16:15. Delilah masterfully unspooled the secret tapestry of Samson's strength and handed him, shorn and vulnerable, to his enemies. So the Philistines seized him and gouged out his eyes. They brought him down to Gaza and bound him with bronze shackles as he was forced to grind grain in the prison. Judges 16:21. His power was vanquished, his spirit almost crushed, but his will unbroken. Samson's last stand and his legacy. In the Philistine temple, blind and changed, Samson found himself at the rock bottom of tumultuous life. But even in his bleakest moment, he summoned the strength for one last desperate prayer. "O Lord God, please remember me and please strengthen me only this once. O God, that I may be avenged on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." Judges 16:28. With that, he grasped the temple pillars, and with a Herculean effort fueled by divine redemption, brought down the edifice, dying in a final blaze of glory that consumed both him and his enemies. Then Samson said, "Let me die with the Philistines." He strained with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords, and upon the people who were in it. Judges 16:30. His story leaves us with more questions than answers. Was he a hero, a cautionary tale, or something in between? Conclusion. So we're left to ponder, what do we make of this colossus of a man? A figure so infused with divine purpose, yet so riddled with human frailties. His life has been immortalized in a kaleidoscope of art forms, each attempting to unravel the enigma that is Samson. Was he a divine messenger derailed by his own hubris and passion, or was he a tragic hero redeemed in his final moments? This, my friends, is your call to action. Deep dive into the oceanic depths of Samson's life through the pages of Judges, chapters 13 to 16. Reflect, ruminate, and arrive at your own conclusions about this confounded figure who vacillates between divine and mortal, virtue and vice. Share your perspectives and join this age-old conversation that has perplexed theologians, inspired artists, and intrigued scholars for generations. What will you add to this story that is in so many ways still unfolding? Until next time, this is Bible Short Stories, signing off. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep listening. Congratulations! You've reached the end. The surprise is to comment on what you'd like to see next on our video platform, and we'll get to working on it.